Yes, guys. Good morning. It is Sunday morning for me. And it's a new stream, man. It's a stream. I'm back streaming again. Today we're talking about City Newcastle in the FA Cup. Get your thoughts in the chat as always, and I'll bring them up on screen. We can discuss. It was an interesting game. It was an interesting game, and I think it's good to get a stream going to talk about it. This will be my recap stream, my post mortem for City Newcastle again for the 100th time. City just continue to draw them. Somehow we'll draw them again in the FA Cup next round, even though they're out, or we'll draw them in Champions League. Something like that will happen for sure. Or Madrid as well. Maybe we'll get Madrid in the next round of the FA Cup. That's how it seems to go for us here. But it is an early morning stream, which I don't typically do, but I'll try and do more streams throughout the day. And today, early morning, is when I can fit it in. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing at the moment here. Nice early morning stream. The FA Cup is still going on at the moment. The morning games, let's see, we've got Fulham and Southampton, which are 0-0 at the moment. Port Vale, Sunderland in about an hour, 30 minutes or so. Leeds, Norwich later today. West Ham and Brentford is tomorrow, which I don't know why it's a Monday, why they're waiting. Why don't they just do everything on the weekend? But whatever, it is what it is. So if you guys are new, do hit like, subscribe. Appreciate all that good stuff there. Let me pull up the Fought Mob so we can take a look and discuss this game. I think, like I always say, momentum chart is not everything. However, this game, momentum chart is literally everything. It's everything about this game here. You have the first, I want to say, 20 minutes that was all 100% Newcastle. There was nothing going on for City. They looked atrocious. Bar this one Tijani Reinder's chance, which probably would have been right about here, which he should have done much better on. I mean, you could say that for, Tijani the entire game. He could have had 5 goals potentially, something like that. Tijani Reinders, and he ends up with none. City do win though, so whatever. Regardless. First 20 minutes, Newcastle all over us. They have the majority of the ball. We cannot get it. We look awful. They're creating chances left and right, and they end up scoring. I watched back the goals last night, and on their first goal, my takeaway from that was it is a Harvey Barnes goal. Nunez is a bit out of position. Reinders, I blame Reinders mostly for the goal. He dives into a tackle, doesn't get it, is out of position now because he goes in for that tackle, and the ball is fizzed to Tonali, which is where Reinders would have been. No pressure on Tonali, and Nunez is too far out of position. Stones is not quick enough to stay with Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes is through on goal and scores. That's my takeaway for the first goal. Unfortunately, that's what happens. It's just a bit of a breakdown across the board for the first goal. It was odd. I don't really know why in the back three of center backs that we had with Stones, Husanov, and Ake, Stones was not in the middle. That felt weird to me. It felt like that should have been. If I can look at the lineup here, yeah, it should, because Nunez was pressing up a bit. If you look at it, he was roughly like in this area of the pitch here, and then Stones, Stones was very right-sided. Husanov was very more central, and then Ake was far out on the left side. So I don't really get why Stones was the more central center back. I would think that it should be Husanov should be the wide center back, not Stones. Husanov was much more central, which I don't understand. You think like the sweep up guy would be out on the wide side with the pace. Zubimendi says Madrid will be harder than Newcastle. Last year it was a Madrid win, but City seemed locked in. City should win 2-1 or 1-0. We'll get to the Madrid stuff here shortly. Madrid is an interesting one. They've so many injuries. City are coming off their best performance probably in months. So it'll be interesting. I'm somewhat confident in this Madrid game because of more so probably because Madrid are kind of not very good, but I don't know. And then once this goal goes in, City completely retake possession, retake momentum, and it is all us from minute 20 ish on. It's all City. So, why this happens, I mean, maybe my take is you have 10 players changed from last one. Honestly, the only players that have um, any sort of real game time lately is going to be O'Reilly, who's off of an injury, as well as Nunez, who's a right back. Spartacus says, evening, we don't have Gigi and we play well. Shocker. To be fair, I don't really think Trafford was that good. He had that horror moment where he like fumbled the ball into the air where they almost scored. Yeah, his goals prevented was negative. Um, 18 of 30 on passes, which I'm sure Donnarumma's is not good also, but accurate long balls is 2 of 14. I mean, that's not good. 4 throws, 6. He wasn't like awful, but I mean, I also don't think Trafford was very good either. So I don't know that I get what your point is because you're a big Trafford guy, or you're maybe you're not even a Trafford guy. Maybe you're just an anti Donnarumma guy, which is possible. Which hey, you stick to it. That's fine. You're more than welcome to be anti Donnarumma if you would like. But maybe it's because you're an Ederson guy. But I don't think Trafford was particularly good. So I don't know that the correlation necessarily works. Marmouche is starting to prove consistency. Haaland hasn't been proving that this second half of the season. Would you play Haaland or Marmouche versus Madrid? Probably Haaland. Probably Haaland. I know it's difficult, but probably Haaland. Who is Gigi? Yeah, Donnarumma. Like I said, we retake momentum here. End the half with a beautiful, well, maybe it's maybe not beautiful, but a goal, a Savinho goal that honestly, he didn't even swing his leg. He didn't swing his leg. It was funny, but a goal nonetheless. And I don't want to take anything away from Savinho. This is probably, in my opinion, his best performance in a City shirt, unless I'm missing one from last year. But he was outstanding. 21 years old. You kind of forget how young he is, honestly, because it's his second season. He's only 21. We bought him for not very much, but he hasn't. I don't think anyone's going to sit here and try to argue that he's been great this year because he hasn't. He's played 74 games for City and has 5 goals. Like, obviously, the goal scoring is not great. He took he took a shot yesterday from outside the box near the elbow of the box, and that thing went out for a throw in. So the goal scoring is not there, but everything else in the guy's game was great yesterday. He was awesome. Take-ons, he was great. He was really good in crossing the ball. He was creating chances. He was dangerous. He wasn't clinical in terms of goals. He probably could have had a couple of goals, but he was good, and I was happy to see that for him because Savinho gets a lot of crap. Obviously, online, people just don't like him because he doesn't score, and the whole Spurs thing, whatever. But he was great yesterday. I maybe am missing some game from last year. He was really good in this. No, I'm not counting this Brentford game because this was the deflected goal. The Villarreal game, he was very good. Right here. He got an assist here. This was back-to-back games with assists, so maybe this stretch was a little bit better. But honestly, first time in quite some time. Club World Cup, he was really good, which I was at this game, this Juventus game. 1 goal, 1 assist. He was awesome. Scored a banger outside the box, right-footed goal. Other back-to-back, anything else? He get a man of the match here against Leicester. So I don't know. I think this was probably his. It was probably his best game this year for sure. Sarcasm is used in the wrong place without Donna. Savinho needs more minutes. Not touching the ball for most of the season doesn't help. He was also injured for some time, so like even if he wanted to respond to some of the criticism, like he's been out for time. This was his first real time getting back from injury since January. Like he played 20 minutes against Leeds, a little bit against Forest, so still getting back from injury. This was his first start, and I'm happy for him. More accurate long balls make it easier for your player to contest the opposition and make it harder for them to direct the ball in a position where they can win the second ball. Yeah, but he was like 214 accurate. And we were like, they weren't great long balls. I'm over. Goalkeeper is not an interesting enough position for me to really like bear down and dig my feet in. Goalkeeper's like the least interesting position on the pitch. So, if Trafford plays, cool. If Donnarumma plays, cool. If both of them leave, cool. I don't really care. Like, just give me a goalie who prevents goals and can pass the ball. Whoever that is, I don't really care. And I went to the Emirates Stadium yesterday for the tour. Nice. Zubamendi, very cool. Very cool. Good for you. I bet that was fun. If I ever win, well, not if, whenever I get to England, I will do some stadium tours. That'd be really cool. Really cool to do. So yeah, Savinho gets that first goal, gets us back in the game. It is funny. I was laughing. Like he just stands there and it deflects off of him. So, I think his best game was that Arsenal game from last season. That's too far back for me to remember. Fair enough. But that's too far back for me to remember. That's why Raya is Arsenal's keeper. His distribution lets the game open up. Fair enough. What I mean by accuracy is where the ball is going and how much our player run. I got you. I figured when I said it, then I thought about it. I figured that's kind of what you meant. Like, not necessarily accurate in terms that it is completed to a City player, but in the area of a City player where they can challenge for the second ball instead of like it goes to no one, because that's a fair point. Like it's hard to measure if a ball is just completely kicked to Newcastle player, that's an inaccurate ball. But if a ball is kicked and it's like Marmoush and Chow or Botman are battling and we win the second ball, it was more accurate, but like it wasn't completed. So it's also still technically the same stats wise, which I don't know where you can see winning second ball stats because they just block off so much data online or it's behind a paywall. And I don't have the interest enough yet to pay for the advanced data, but like winning second ball off of goal kicks data points would be great to know. But I don't know where you find that data. Like basketball wise, there's a website called KenPom and it has everything. It's beautiful. When I worked in basketball, we used it all the time. It was amazing. But worldwide football just like doesn't have those readily available, unfortunately. Then we get to halftime and I'm happy. It's 1-1. It's chill. Momentum is clearly with City. Newcastle have been bad for more than half of the first half, and guns blazing. Second half starts. Marmoush scores a tap in. Basically, the similar goal to the first one as well. Nunez fizzes a ball across, gets the assist. Was it Nunez that got the assist? It was. Nunez gets the assist. It's great. And Marmoush is butt naked, wide open, and it's a tap in, and he belts it home. Love it. The Emirates is Arsenal Stadium. Yes, I am aware. I'm aware. Our players are always running to the challenge to get to the challenge, while with Trafford, the player is always set up to challenge with little amount of running. I don't know if there's data to back that, but I believe you. Yes, Donna isn't the best distribution keeper, but nonetheless about the stat. without a shot stopping you guys would be 5th or 4th. Check out his saves. I think this is a dead end debate, to be honest, because we're just saying our opinion. You know, I don't have enough data points to go off of. Welcome, Ash. Big up. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Oh, as always, Ash. Brings some sensibility and some good commentary. A Discord member as well. So, guys, if you're interested, ask for the Discord link. Ash can put it in the chat. Or maybe he can't. I don't know. Because maybe I have to do it. But I don't know. If you're interested, ask in the chat, and Ash will try to do it. Because he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Ash, we're just discussing this City Newcastle game. Marmoush scores a tap in. And now we're on to the third goal, where City just press on. And, I mean, like, if you look at this momentum chart, it's just all City. Newcastle have really nothing going for them. Eventually, the third goal comes. Was that who got the assist on the third goal? Because the first one was Doku. Nunez gets the second one. Was it Cherky? I think it was Cherky. Didn't he get an assist? No, I don't know. Maybe no one gets an assist for that one. But anyway, Marmoush gets the ball basically off of a turnover, a high-end turnover. He collects it right here and just belts it home. It was beautiful, you know? It was beautiful. Doesn't every debate have opinions? Say you were debating who was Ruben Diaz or who was better to leave as other players. This stat, yeah, true. But I need stats to back it up, and I don't have them available. That's all I'm saying. Game gets to 3-1, and at that point, it is pretty much over. They don't really press on too much. Honestly, they don't do much in terms of a goal threat. Second half, they only had an XG of 0.21, 3 shots to our 9. We had 2 big chances missed. How many big chances missed? 5 big chances missed in this game off of 21 shots, 8 on target. So, back-to-back games with 21 shots, I think, as well. So, that is something positive to say. Whoa. Stream is hurting for a second here. What's happening? Stream might be lagging for a moment. Dropping frames. Come on, stream. Relax. If it's bad, you guys let me know and I can fix it. But it looks like... Let me do this. That should be better, I think. It says it's okay, actually. I don't know. It says it's all right. And it looks like we're back. We're good. My bad. Yeah, there we go. Appreciate it, Ash. Join the Discord, guys, if you're interested. Join the Discord. Some person said Foden over Saka in a comment section. The man proved yesterday since December he hasn't been good. Out of possession stats are usually very expensive because they're the most valuable ones out there, and it isn't even close. How's the new PC, by the way? New PC is top tier, Ash, which has led to no more, no more virtual background, because I'm going to be building a background for my channel. I have it like this at the moment, where it's got my name up top. I'm going to get a sign, or I have a sign. It's over there somewhere that I have to figure out. I have to hang up. I'm getting rid of the couch in the back. I don't know. I'm selling this ottoman here as well, and this chair. I got to figure out what to do with. But I'm going to get shelves back here. So, new PC is very, very cool. I like it. It is good enough to get the game on while streaming. It's good enough to do a lot more. So I'm very into the new PC. Yeah, for sure. New PC is very cool. If you take a look as well at individual players, We already glazed Savino a little bit. We already glazed Savino a bit, and I think fair enough. Marmouche has himself a nice game. Does Marmouche come right back into the starting 11? I don't know. That's where I have questions. That's where I have some questions because, yes, he got 2 goals, but are you benching Semenyo and Holland? Or Holland for this next game against Madrid? I feel like no. Which is why the Marmouche thing makes me think he's leaving in the summer. So I wish he wouldn't. I love Marmouche. I think he's great. He strikes the ball like no player in the team. Reinders, interesting player here. I think it's pretty easy to say that he was good at everything bar finishing. Got himself in some dangerous positions, for sure, very, very dangerous positions, and ended up just not finishing anything. Passes were super accurate. 2 chances created. 1 big chance created. Big chances missed. 4. I mean, that's horrendous. Shot accuracy, 2-7. Bad. More GeoGuessr. Yes, we can do more GeoGuessr. And once the season ends, I would like to do some Football Manager streams and to see if that's fun to do on stream. I'd like to do that. But yes. And the World Cup is coming, so we all have that as well. Could have had a hat trick. Bro, he could have had 4, according to this. 12 touches in the opposition box. Non-penalty XG, 1.3. And he ends up with nothing. Look at all these shots for this guy. Look at all these shots. It's just... 3rd minute, he had a 0.4, a 0.04, which I think he should have scored. I think he should have gone across goal. Didn't do it. Another 0.04, 0.34, 0.32 on goal, which was just, he didn't get enough. He basically slipped, didn't get anything on it. 0.39 goes wide. This was on target. He had no chance. 0.3. 3 should score again. And right at the end of the game, should score again as well. So, funny. GeoGuessr, one of the best educational games, geography of all time. And it's just fun. GeoGuessr is just like a fun game as well. So yeah, we'll play that for sure. Yo, Tassif, welcome. We're just discussing this Newcastle game before we get into Madrid. Complaining a bit about Reinders. He wasn't bad. I don't think it's fair to say Reinders had a bad game because he was finding himself in those good positions, and that's important. Obviously, he was making the runs. He just couldn't finish. If he gets 1 goal, people would be happy. He gets 1 goal. How on earth did Reinders get a 7-2? Listen, just because you don't finish your chances doesn't mean necessarily everything else was bad. I think it's fair to say. He was not great at finishing, but he was getting in those positions, which is important in and of itself. So I don't think it's fair to say he was horrible, Yeah, at least he was trying to score, and he was getting in positions to score. He just didn't have his shooting boots on for this one, Yeah. He is a goal scorer. If we look at his goals this season, 5 goals, 2 assists, and 25 in the Prem. Is that what we want? We probably want a little bit more. We want to be pushing, between 8 and 10 Prem goals probably for Reinders. But he could still get there. 43 games for City, 7 goals, 6 assists. None in the Champions League in 8. None in the Club World Cup, which is cool because I don't really count that competition. 1 in the Cups, 2 in the Cups, 5 in the Prem. So up and down season for Reinders. I don't think we should judge too harshly just yet. He'll be 28 next year. He definitely needs to improve defensively. That's the biggest area of concern, I would say, for me. Because if you look at this graph over here, I know it's semi-blocked out, but 20 percentile in chances created, 10% in aerial duels, which is insane because he's a massive dude. He's 6'1", and 38% in defensive contributions, which is criminal. He's just awful defensively. He just offers you no physicality, which makes me think he and Ryan Cherokee are like basically the same player, but he's a worse version of Cherokee, which also makes me think it doesn't really make sense to buy both of them. Like, you should buy different players. Cherokee is the guy who can be the 10, who can create goals and score goals and be the techie baller. And then Reinders should be like a physical 8 who is a ball winner and can box crash and is like out and out box to box and is able to do all those things. Whereas Reinders and Cherokee are like the same. Reinders is just worse. Which I don't so that makes me confused on why we bought Reinders, I guess. If that's fair to say. Reinders is an on and off player, turns up for some only, then drops a stinker. A little crazy to me. Yeah, I see what you mean, man. I see what you mean. It is strange. It is strange. Reinders is an interesting one, but I don't think he's a bad player. And I think maybe next year he'll get more into it. Maybe he can get into gym in the offseason and get bulk up a bit because he's just too skinny. He's just too skinny. Doku, fair enough. Jeremy was much better in this one than against Forest. I thought he was putrid against Forest, but, you know, I can't hold it against him too much. He was coming back from an injury, so maybe not ready. This one he plays 79 minutes and was particularly pretty good. He gets an assist, which he should have, created 4 chances, 2 big chances. Let's see. Not great in terms of goal scoring, which is just going to be how it is. Did he even have a shot on goal? I don't think he did. I don't think he had any shots on target or shots in general. He's ready to play Madrid just in time. Doku ready to play Madrid? You think so? I don't think they are the same. Cherokee is more on the ball player. Reinders is more of an off the ball runner. But in terms of like the position, whether or not they do necessarily the same thing, like position on the pitch, I feel like they're both just 10s. They're both central 10s. Whereas Cherokee can be like an inverted winger, I guess. But I don't think you can play both of them, really. Particularly because both of them don't do the work defensively out of possession. You mean in possession? Okay, fair enough. 6'1" and skinny blows my mind. Would expect him to be a Declan Rice build. Yeah, it's easy to say we could use a Declan Rice because Declan Rice is one of the best players in the world, but like replace the Declan Rice prototype with the Reinders prototype, I feel like we're better. You know, I feel like we're just better. We need Vinny and Carreras to get suspended for second leg. We need Doku. Doku does create fouls, as does Savinho. How many times was Savinho fouled yesterday? Was fouled twice. Doku was fouled twice. So one of them starts. I don't care which. And honestly, after yesterday, I guess I'd still say Doku, even though I'm more of a Savinho guy than Doku. I just don't really get the Doku thing. Savinho, I can kind of see it. Doku, I don't. And I know people don't like that, but it is what it is. And Tchouaméni. They have all those players on potential suspension. Tchouaméni, Vinny, and Carreras. That is kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Nico G, I thought was outstanding. And it'll be sad in the summer if he decides to leave because I think he's a good player. I would prefer him to stay at this club. I like him a lot. But he just doesn't play, man. Doesn't really play. First game where he got minutes since February 14th, which was a cup game. And then before that, he played 20 minutes in Fulham. None against Liverpool. Played in the Cup. 20 minutes. 8 minutes. Like, he just doesn't play. First full 90 in how long? Since December 27th. That's insane to me. That's insane. First full 90 since December 27th. And this is just basically like Rodri came back and we were like, sorry, you're done. Savinho can create fouls. Carreras loves fouling. Fair enough. Fair enough. Nico G is an interesting one because in the summer, I want to keep him. I'd like to keep him and Rodri, but I just doubt you keep both of them. Probably. You probably just don't keep both of them. He's also way up in defensive contributions. Over here in this player traits chart, 91% aerial duels, 89% defensive contributions. It's not much of a goal scorer, really. 3 goals and 51 for City, and that's probably where Rodri has him for sure. Which Rodri? Whatever. That doesn't matter. Nico G, though, top tier performance. He was outstanding. He needs to play more minutes. Backline was solid. I think Husanov is slightly to blame, which I know people don't like that because people love Husanov. He was slightly to blame for playing on Harvey Barnes, but whatever. I'm going to go see you next stream. Have a good one. Appreciate you as always. Appreciate it. Nunez was good. Going to remain in the team. Stones and Ake are basically under no consideration to play Madrid, I would imagine. However, Husanov potentially could play. Nico O'Reilly may be a bit rusty in this one, back from injury as well. So, I feel the fact that he is this active as a 6 defensively is not actually good. What do you mean, like, heat map-wise, he's all over the place is what you're saying? I thought it was great yesterday, man. I'm not going to have any Nico G slander. 85 of 90 passes. He was 10 passes into the final third, 2 for 2 long balls, never dispossessed, 4 defensive contributions, cleared one off the line as well, got a block, 6 recoveries, 3 for 5 ground duels. I thought it was awesome yesterday. I thought it was awesome. But maybe it's just my opinion. Substitutes, Semenyo, Foden, Cherki came on, didn't really do anything. They played between 20 and 10 minutes. So it is what it is. I don't think anything needs to be said about them. I would say Foden is under zero consideration to start because he didn't do anything in the 10 minutes. He wasn't good in the game before. He hasn't been good lately. But Cherki is always under consideration to start, as is Semenyo. So I don't know what you do against this Madrid team, man. This Madrid team is going to be interesting. This is the last starting 11. So I'm going to guess this is roughly what Madrid do against us, but this is not what we will do. If we do want to move on to the Madrid discussion now. Nico G played very well. I would agree. I thought he was awesome. Man. He was awesome. So they've got Trent, which is sus defender. This Asensio guy who's been all right. He's been okay. Rudiger's a bit old. What is he, like 34 now? 33? So, who knows? Mendy is not very good in general. Means that you're going out of position to do stuff, so if you get it right, good, but if it doesn't, the back line is exposed. Fair enough, but I didn't really notice that, particularly for Nico G. I thought he was just very solid. The way Cherki was dribbling yesterday, Cherki was on it, man. He was good. He just always is generally pretty good. He's generally pretty good, Cherki. Actually, I take that back. He's more of a moments player. He always has a chance to have a moment of magic in a way. Cherki. This game will be, Wednesday at 4 for me? That might be 3. I don't know. Maybe it's 4 because the clock's changing and stuff. So we'll see. We'll see there. Injuries for Madrid. Carreras, even though I know somebody just said get him on a yellow. This says he's doubtful, might not play. Alaba's out. Militao out. Danny Ceballos, who cares? He's not very good. Jude out. Mbappe out. Rodrigo out. That is quite a bit. Quite a bit of injuries. City have Kovacic and Josko and Aline, which Aline is like never going to play for us again. Kovacic, who knows if he's going to play this year. Bench players, I mean, you look at their bench, it is not really household names. It's got to be basically all academy kids. Gonzalo Garcia is all right. I think he played well in the Club World Cup, but Manuel Angel, never heard of him. Jorge Cestero, never heard of him. Cesar Palacios, never heard of him. Lamine Fati, never heard of him. Fran Garcia's okay. Diego Aguado, never heard of him. Danny Carvajal is obviously very good, but, old. He's 34? Past his prime for sure. So I don't know what you do in this Madrid game, man. I don't know what you do. But they even have this Picharch guy. Never heard of him. Guler Diaz. I mean, this is a bad Madrid team, man. Bad Madrid team. We got to be going there trying to win this game. Get this tie over with. Like, if we can get a 2-0 or a 3-1, somehow come back with a 2-goal advantage at Madrid, which maybe that's just ridiculous to say. Have we ever beaten them by more than 1 goal at Madrid? No. Getting back to 2012, we've only beaten them 1 time. 2 times. Sorry, 2 times. We beat them here 2-1, and then we beat them here 2-1. We've never won by 2 goals, so who knows. Believe it or not, Mbappe's back in training soon. Big up. What's up, Teal? How you doing? I believe this for sure. They'll just do anything they can to get Mbappe on the field, man. I believe that 100%. 100%. Rodri to Madrid heating up. It is, Teal. It is. And I do expect, unfortunately, Rodri to probably leave this summer. There was a tweet that came out. I'll see if I can pull it up here. See if I can pull it back up. Something about Rodri. I gotta find it. Where is it? It was something about City basically not wanting to sell him no matter what. I should have saved it. I didn't. Oh well. It is what it is. Madrid fans don't even respect Rodri. They still pissed about the Ballon d'Or. I know what you mean, Teal, but I just think the Madrid pull for a Spanish player is just so strong. Like, it just is, man. Even if I would hope he doesn't go there, like, I just think that's how it goes. Hope this team smokes Madrid. We have the tools to crush Madrid, but Pep respects them too much. What do you mean he respects them too much? Can you explain? He respects Madrid too much? I mean, they're very good. Like, as a club, you got to respect the club, you know? I think we should do a lineup builder here for Madrid, for this Madrid game, because I don't know what you're going to do. I honestly have no idea. It's so difficult. The back line is much easier in general because Donnarumma's going to play. Whether you guys like him or not, he's going to play. Nunez is going to play. The midfield and attack is the difficult part. And I think it'll be Aït-Nouri. And I assume Marc Guéhi will play. Whoops. But then it's Diaz or Huzanov. And I don't know. I'd be fine with either one. Maybe it makes sense to play Huzanov in this one. We need to kill the game early. Bro, we need to kill the tie early. If they're going to have so many players out injured, I know it's Madrid, but like, going there and getting a massive win. I say massive, like in terms of impact, not like score line, could kill the game off. We come back with a 2-goal lead. I think it's done. Would you guys play Huzanov or Diaz? And I'm sure that the chat will probably say Huzanov because everybody loves him. Everybody loves Huzanov. I think Rodri is coming back in the lineup, almost certainly. I think Haaland is definitely starting, even if Marmoush was great. I think the other 4 positions are maybe up for grabs. Maybe. These other 4 midfield-ish. Maybe one's an attacker, I guess. I think Semenyo makes sense as an option. Probably. Because he's just a goal scorer. Will Mbappe and Bellingham be available? I don't think so. He shows them too much respect. Arteta made Bayern Munich look bang average. Arteta sets the team up to make it hard to beat. Pep plays a ridiculous high line that helps Madrid. I don't know if I necessarily agree. Like Tulsi, like Teal, do you want to see Arteta ball? Like I don't know if we want to see that. Should we start Marmoush? Probably, like, on the balance of form, considering he's coming off of a brace, we should. But are we going to see Marmoush start? I don't think so. Because you guys want Doku. You guys want Doku to play. Or Semenyo. You can't play Haaland, Semenyo, Marmoush, Cherki, Doku, Sevi. Like, you just too many players. Apparently, Jude could make a return in the second leg. Is this true? Maybe. I don't know. Potentially. He only turns up against Newcastle. I think you'll probably see Semenyo. You'll probably see... I would love a double pivot of Rodri and Nico G, man. But I don't know that we'll do it. I'd like this. And then you get these 2 10s here. And they're like... Doku. And... can you play Marmoush there? Can you do that? Oh, O'Reilly as well. You're right. You guys think like that? But this is kind of the area O'Reilly plays. Like, I don't know if Doku and O'Reilly can both play. Haaland's going to start, I would agree. O'Reilly is difficult. Maybe Nico doesn't start, and that's O'Reilly there, and then you can get a more attacking player. Without giving them space to run in behind, Pep needs to make it hard for Madrid, not easy. Fair. Omar Marmoush, 50% of City goals against Newcastle. We have to destroy Madrid first leg. No excuses. No Mbappe, Bellingham, and Rodrigo. That's what we're saying, Tulsi. If we need a 2-goal lead. We need a 2-goal lead somehow. I ain't trying to underestimate Madrid, but still. Doku Semenyo. I know, man. I know. This is a good problem to have. We haven't had this problem in a while where there's like multiple players who can fit in terms of who you want to start. There haven't been this issue in the past, you know? But that's tentatively what I've done. I kind of tend to think we will not see Nico G, now that you guys mention it, and that'll be Rodri and O'Reilly. Madrid has the keeper that actually keeps sides in a game consistently. You have Courtois, who I would agree is probably the best keeper in the world. Probably the best keeper in the world. That guy is insane. He's insane. Some of those saves he made against Holland in that in the 4-0 driller where we dominated them, he made so many saves. You guys remember that game? Who plays in this other attacking 10? As well as a center back. I think it's Husinov for this one. That's not me saying Diaz is poop or anything, but I think Husinov versus Vinny is a better idea than Diaz. Personally. Courtois is a top 5 keeper all time in my books. I kind of tend to agree with that. I mean, I haven't watched European football for 20 plus years, but to me, it's like Courtois, Buffon, Alisson's really good. I'd say Courtois is the best. Casillas was very good as well. Casillas was awesome for Spain and Madrid. I think Courtois is the best keeper to me that I've seen. Maybe Buffon, but Courtois was so good. Center back is Diaz, no discussion. My only worry is Courtois. Dida. You'd play Diaz, Spartacus. I want to play Diaz, I do. However, I do think it's a fair point that in this matchup, if we highline these guys, all they're going to do is hit balls over the top to Vinny. And if that's Diaz and Vinny, like, I don't know that I like that matchup. Oh, Neuer. I did forget about Neuer. Neuer's so good as well. He's in there. Good call, Ash. Neuer had it all. Maybe I'd say Neuer's the best ever then, for me. Oh. Baller. I always wanted City to sign Neuer. I don't think that's true, so kind of weird to put in, but whatever. Who is this attacking 10 player, man? Who is this attacking 10 player? Because it could be Savinho, it could be Marmouche, it could be Cherki. It's probably not Foden. Yeah, nothing fake in the chat, please, guys. That's just weird, especially like saying someone died is just odd. Score prediction in the first leg. I do think City are going to win. W mod Tassif. Dida literally single-handedly won Cruzeiro a Libertadores. We went the whole knockout, winning it on pens, and he saved 3 pens a shootout, and then went to Milan and became their best keeper. Dida. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know who that is. Am I done? This guy? Dida. Where did he play? He played at Milan for 10 years. This is when they were really good as well. So this is before my time. Played 91 times for Brazil as well. Started playing at 17. Sheesh. Fair enough. The Milan legend. Fair enough, guys. Cherki. I do like the idea of Cherki playing. AC Milan's greatest keeper. Okay. Good history football lesson for me. Thank you guys for teaching me things that I don't know. Is it harsh to not play Savinho after that performance, though? Like, Savinho was our best player yesterday. To me. Holland comes back in. Semenyo comes back in. Marmouche is going to be pissed he doesn't play because he gets a brace and then gets benched. He did that run for Cruzeiro at about age 18. Sheesh. Yo, what's up, All Things Football? How you doing? Score prediction? 2-0. 2-0 City win. Let's go with that. It is only Sunday, and I mean, you never know in terms of like injuries, what happens in the week. But at present, I'm going 2-0 City. If you haven't already, guys, do hit the like button and subscribe. Appreciate that, of course. Helps channel out a lot. So thank you. Is there no, I don't want to do that. I was thinking O'Reilly moves to left back. But then I like the Ait-Nouri Doku combination. I think it's harsh not playing Savinho after this game because he was so good. He was so dangerous. This. I don't know what that means. Huzinov maybe doesn't start, and maybe it's Diaz. Chris Gaming Live says Real Madrid have no chance. I feel like, unfortunately, they are Madrid. They always have a chance. They always have a chance just because of them being Madrid. But it does feel like we have the much better team than they do for this game specifically. You know? Even if we're still also not that great as well. But welcome in, Chris Gaming. Good to see you. Maybe it's Diaz, man. Maybe Spartacus makes a good point. Diaz is such a like leader as well. Maybe you need that. Diaz is the better defender, for sure, in my books. He's a better defender. He's a better leader, obviously. He's got more experience. He's just not as fast. Like, or is it dumb to just say, like, Vinny is pace merchant, over the top long ball, therefore Huzinov works in this game? Is that, like, too simple to do? You know? I don't know. Rodrigo injured? Yes, no Rodrigo. He's not playing in this one. Do you think Nunez will pocket Vinny Jr. again? I don't know, man. I think I have a different opinion on Vinny than most City fans. I think most City fans just despise him for some reason because of the Ballon d'Or thing, which, to be fair, he didn't really have control of. Like, that was more Madrid throwing a little tantrum. Maybe he did a bit, but I mean, he thought he was winning the Ballon d'Or, and then he got upset. And people are, like, going to hold that against him for the rest of his life. You know? So I don't know. I think Vinny is very good. And I would 1,000,000% take Vinny at City. Even though I know everybody hates him. I would take him because he's better than any winger we have. You don't fight fire with fire. You have to stop the ball over the top. If that doesn't work, you offside trap him. Can you offside trap Vinny? If we're, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Last game, Carreras called that? What? A ton of problems? Don't say it. Do you think Roger will join Madrid? I personally do, Talsif. Yes. That was more him than Madrid. Spartacus, maybe my memory is just bad. Why do I think it was all Madrid that was like, we're not showing up? Maybe it was him. I don't know. Did you forget about Bernardo? I did not forget about Bernardo. I just decided to not play him in this game, even though he probably will play. But where do you put Bernardo in this lineup, Tassif? Like, you want to take out O'Reilly, who scored a goal at the Bernabeu last time we played? He's been super influential midfielder. Do you want to take out Cherky? Like, do you want to take out Rodri? No. So I don't know. This guy, man. Bad take him much. Semenyo and Doku clears. Yeah, I do like the Semenyo-Doku potential link up. Although I don't know that they have actually played together yet. Have they? Because when did Doku get injured? Wasn't it in the middle of January when we got Semenyo in? They might not have even played. I mean, they played together yesterday, I guess. There is no way Roger will join Madrid. I think Tausif, there is a very likely chance he joins Madrid. Take Cherky out and put O'Reilly at the 10. So who are you putting there? Bernardo? But I think O'Reilly is more of like this side, and Doku is much better on the left. I don't know that O'Reilly and Doku as the 10s worked because they're going to overlap with each other in terms of where they want to be on the field. I don't know that O'Reilly can be a right-sided 10. Maybe he can. Maybe that's no problem. But I feel like he's always on the left side of the pitch, typically. Unless I'm tripping and I can't remember it correctly. But that's what it feels like, at least to me. Didn't Rodri do the grab the badge celebration against Forest? Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything, really. It doesn't mean he's not leaving. Does it? I mean, nobody who's ever grabbed the badge has left their club. Like, I think Rodri's leaving, guys. I don't understand why he hasn't signed a new contract. If he's going to stay, just sign a new contract. Like, what are you waiting for? Why would you wait till the end of the season? You might get injured again. City obviously want him to stay and have offered him a contract multiple times. He's the one not signing it. Why would you not sign it if you're not going to leave in the summer? Maybe that is too simple a way of reading things, but there's not many teams he will go to as well, which is why Madrid is likely. I don't think Barcelona, because they won't pay, I don't think. And they don't really need a midfielder, a defensive midfielder. They have Frankie de Jong, who maybe he'll leave. I don't know. It feels like Madrid's midfield is a bit light and they could use a Rodri. And I don't think he'll go back to Atletico Madrid. He'd want to go to the actual, Real Madrid. I don't think he'd go to Atletico Madrid again. Maybe he would, but I just think Rodri leaving makes sense for Rodri. Not for City. City should want to keep him. I'm with you there. City should want to keep Rodri for sure. I think it's more likely he waits 18 months and goes to Barca on a free. But will City want to let him do that? They might push for the move this summer. Because I don't think they'll want to let him go on a free. Like, maybe that's what he wants to do, and maybe we don't have any power to stop that at the same time, but I don't think City will want that to happen. We will find out. You're correct. He plays more on the left, but that could be more of you are playing on the left because we need you on the left. Okay. Fair enough. But then this is Bernardo. I don't like this, guys. I think he's going Madrid. City, Viana doesn't have any say on this. Pep will play him regardless of the contract situation. Technically, City don't have say, but they can say, I get what you mean. Pep's not going to say, like, you have to leave you have to get transferred this summer or we won't play you, because, like, that's an empty threat. They're obviously going to play him, even if he stays. But I think City's preference would be to sell versus letting him go on a free. Probably. You misspelled lineup in the Discord. Lineup? I didn't say that. That was Monster Gaming. That wasn't me. But yes, that was a lot. There's a lot of misspelling in the Discord, guys. A lot of misspell going on in the Discord. If you haven't already, do hit the like button as well. Appreciate that, people. I don't want to see Bernardo though, man. I don't want to see Bernardo in this game. Also, news of Bernardo leaving as well. I'm pretty sure that was out there the other day. Bernardo Silva. Translation. Bernardo is set to leave City in June this year. At the moment, there are no negotiations between the club and the Portuguese player. He's expected to depart for free, which is from DAZN Portugal and Mateo Moreto, who's like good, I think. City can accept an offer. Yes, that's also true. That is also true. Then nothing happens as well. That's a fair point. Shout out the Discord, guys. If you're interested, go ahead and join. It is very active lately, very fun. City, just a bunch of City fans chopping it up, hanging out. Thank you, Ash, for putting that in the chat. I do appreciate that. I don't know, though. Bernardo leaving on a free. Rodri leaving, potentially. Nico G potentially leaving. Marmoush potentially leaving. There's a lot of change coming in the summer, man. There's a lot of change coming in the summer, which I just think is crazy. I like it. I like change. I'm happy with change. I'm not one that's afraid of change, which I know people are like panicking. What do we do if we lose all this experience? And experience is big, but like we lost KDB. Has anyone mentioned KDB this year once? Anyone ever mentioned, man, I wish we had Kevin right now? Like, I feel like that's never happened. You know? It's either Benfica or Juve for Bernardo. There was some MLS stuff as well for Chicago. But I think it's Benfica. I think it's Benfica, man. Madrid are trying to steal all our young Englishmen. They want Wharton. Wouldn't be surprised if they go for O'Reilly or Hall. Use their own crap league. Yeah, there was something about Wharton. I saw that. Adam Wharton. Real Madrid have 3 options on their radar, and Rodri is not one of them. Via Diario AS. Wharton, Vitinha, and Keith Smith. I've heard good things about this Keith Smith. I've never watched him play, but I'd love Vitinha, obviously, as well. The only way Viana can force him out is if Pep is willing to back it up. I'm 90% sure he won't do it. KDB kind of fell off in the business end of last season in Italy. Got hurt again as well, yeah. Came back, though, yesterday. Shout out KDB coming back on the pitch. Yeah, look at that. Madrid want to sign Wharton in the summer. Did you guys get Wharton over Anderson? Or are you guys still Anderson? Anderson truthers. Because Elliot Anderson, if I could spell. Jeez. Elliot Anderson, there's a lot of buzz on City and Anderson, man. Where is it? Top. It's an open secret that Elliot Anderson wants to play for City, and everything points to it eventually happening. The club is going to bid whatever it takes, and when the player's side, just about everything is already settled. This is one of the best signings you could make. That's how it goes. I think that one's pretty much done. Stones is also going to go as well. So Ake, so we only have Diaz left. No, Anderson, he destroyed us. I did see some people saying we shouldn't sign Anderson now because he got a goal against us. Which is crazy. Like, obviously we should still get Anderson if we can, guys. Come on. There's a lot of players that could leave this club, man. A lot of players that could leave the club. There's like 11 guys that are potential options to dip. Where would this team finish in the Prem by how many points? And where would the finish in the Champions League? 2021 to 23-24? Dude, I don't even know who's on the team. I mean, we know we won the league all those times, so we'd win. Madrid are desperate to get Rodri this summer because they know that he will go to Barca or stay if they lose this window. That's fair point as well, which is why I think they will pay, and I think Rodri will go. Isn't Rodri from Madrid? Or is that fake? Rodri. Where are you from? He was born in Madrid. Born in Madrid. His youth team started at Club de Futbol Rayo Majadahonda. Interesting. And then he went to Atletico Madrid and then Villarreal, and then back to Atletico Madrid. Look at that. Born in Madrid, man. Obviously, Anderson. Goalie, Ederson, Walker, Stones, Diaz, Cancelo, Rodri, Gundo, KDB, Mahrez, Foden, Haaland. I mean, we would be winning everything with that team. Unfortunately, how many players of those are going to be gone? Eddie's gone, Walker's gone, Stone's going to be gone, Diaz will be here, Cancelo gone, Rodri potentially gone, Gundo gone, KDB gone, Mahrez gone. Just got Foden and Haaland left. And there's some people out there that want to sell Foden, which is crazy as well to me. Crazy as well. I'm all in on Elliot Anderson, guys. I'm all in on Elliot Anderson. I don't know if this is real or not, but pre-agreement, whatever. 60 mil, could go to 70. I do like that. I think that's a good-ish wage or good-ish transfer deal. I don't think that's way overspending, you know? Graham Bailey said he will play at the Etihad next season. Graham Bailey's pretty good. He'll be one more to betray Atletico. We would be breaking 100 points with Eddie quality and net. This man-to-man press would be bypassed 8 out of 10. A boyhood Madrid fan, according to Martin. I think he's leaving in the summer. I also think he's leaving, guys. And I also think there's a chance Nico G leaves as well. I think there's a chance you lose Rodri, Nico G, Bernardo, Kovacic, Stones, Ake, Rico Lewis, Trafford, Marmouche. 9. Didn't I tweet that out the other day? Gosh, I hate this, by the way. I hate this, man. This offside nonsense is the worst. Here it is. Here it is. Here's what I tweeted. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. There. Sales in summer. Stones is gone 100%. Ake 100%. Trafford 100%. Rico 100%. Kovacic 100%. Bernardo is likely to leave. That's 6. And then one of Rodri or Nico G, maybe both. Marmouche as well. That's 8. And then I feel like Savinho will probably stay. Doku will stay. Foden will stay. So we're at like 8. That's a lot. I'm still in a state of shock that Savio actually played well. Still upset with him. If only he could hit it anywhere but where the fat Brazilian is. No way. Nico G and Omar going nowhere. The only reason I say Nico G is because it's possible. There's also Marmouche talk. Nico G will leave if Rodri stays, I think. That's what I think, personally. Maybe he won't, but I don't think you have both of them next year, man. Goal, by the way, is crazy. Where is it? Where's the Barcelona stuff? All of it's going to be from the game yesterday, but there was Barcelona stuff out here. There it is. That's old. He's the main alternate to Julian Alvarez. If Rodri leaves, Nico's going nowhere. I tend to agree with that. I tend to agree. But the only thing is, if Nico G sees Elliot, what do we see Elliot Anderson as? Is he the 6? Because if he just is going to play, then Nico G might not get minutes. He knows how injury-prone Rodri is. Nah, man. No way he is going to sign up for another year of Rodri and he's the backup. He's got to get in the Spain team, man. Marmouche is keen on a move to Barca from Ekrem Connor, who is good, maybe. I don't know. No, this was fake. We'll see, man. We'll see. I would love to keep Nico G. I think keeping Omar will be more difficult, probably. I also think, in general, as the Silva replacement. Elliot Anderson is a Silva replacement. However, how many minutes did Bernardo take from Nico G this year? How many minutes did he take from him where he doesn't play because we're playing Rodri and Bernardo? And it'll just be Rodri and Anderson. I don't know. He's in the short list. True. Reinders, he's also crap. I haven't really seen any sort of news on Reinders transfer-wise. Even though I kind of don't really get the fit with Reinders. We talked about that a little while ago. We got to stop buying Italian league players. We get screwed more than we get successful players. Who else have we bought from the Italian league, man? Who else have we bought from the Italian league? Oh, man. From I don't know. Can't think of any. It's going to be an interesting summer. We'll say that. We'll keep it there. Because they saw him miss 100 chances. Man. I just don't think Marmoush is going to be happy with the minutes. And if it's not Marmoush, it'll be Doku or it'll be Savinho who will want to leave. It'll be one of the wingers who wants to leave. And I just think Marmoush is most likely. But I would like to keep everyone. Minus Doku. I'd sell Doku because I don't think he's very good. And I know you guys disagree with that. I know everybody online disagrees. Everybody thinks Doku is amazing, but I just personally do not. I don't get it. I'd keep Savio over Doku. Talsif's probably going to have a crazy yell at me if he hears that. Didn't Pep tell Omar I'm sorry? I think so. I think I saw that. Yeah. I think he was just unhappy, man. Because he's on a hat trick, he probably wants to get that. That's what I've heard. I don't know. I thought I saw that. I'm pretty sure I saw that. Is there any other bit of news out this morning? Facts, Doku is inconsistent. Very inconsistent, man. He's so inconsistent. Doku, man, does my head in. And injured most of the time. Injured all the time. I'm with you, Ash. He's injured all the time. He doesn't score. He's great dribbler. He might be the best dribbler in football in the world. He might be the number one best, physical dribbler in the world. But, I need more than that. 7 league goals. What are his stats, man? Jeremy Doku has played 116 games for Man City and has 17 goals. That ain't good enough, man. That ain't good enough. I like Reinders. I think if he gets in good form, he would be one of the best midfielders in the Prem. Man. Maybe. I don't know if I'd say best midfielders in the Prem. I think he needs to be more physical. If he can get physical, then maybe, potentially. Hopefully Murillo is retiring. Gone from fan to biggest hater. Murillo from Forest? Why? What's up with him? What's up with him, man? Anyway, we're over an hour 15 in. I think we've gone into potential transfers enough. I think that's probably good for the stream today. We'll be back in the week with some Madrid prep, of course. And we'll have a good week, guys. We'll have a good week. Channel continues to grow. Thank you guys. I do appreciate it, of course. We'll go big on this Madrid game, man. We got to win this Madrid game. Oh, that's what you mean. I got you. Big up, Ash. Yes, sir. Good to see everybody in the chat. Appreciate all of your participation in the chat. The chat is the best part of streaming. So thank you guys. Thank you guys as always. Leave a like on the way out if you haven't already. And sub if you're new. Always appreciate subs. We're trying to grow the channel and become the #1 Man City YouTube channel in the world. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace.